going to try to answer the question, how do we help people with mental health issues if they don't want to help themselves? I'm going to answer it in two parts, if I may. First one is for the people involved, and the second one is to try to address the issue of, is mental health today a fad word or a fad phrase? So the first thing I want to say to the people involved is be patient and listen. It's very hard. It is very hard when you've heard the same thing several times. But the person involved many times just wants to talk. Now, I know it's very simple, particularly if you're a man. It's very, very simple to work out the answer and want to give the answer. But a lot of the time, the person that is talking to you doesn't want an answer from you. They probably have an idea of what the answer is that they want to work towards. And that answer may not be particularly good for them. They may not like the answer they're coming to, so they need to talk it through. And unfortunately, if you're the person that they see as someone who is prepared to listen, then that's precisely what you're going to have to be. So be patient, be understanding, be caring. And sometimes if the person is going on too much, simply say, we need to talk about something different. We need to try and distract you. But it's not going to be a quick fix. Let's face it, if you break your leg, you have to be in plaster for several weeks and then have physiotherapy. So if you suddenly realise that you've got mental health issues, you didn't get there quickly and you're not going to get out of it quickly. The most important thing for the person that's talking to you is that you are there and you continue to be there and you're a constant for them. Now, the other bit I want to talk about is the feeling of, is mental health issue a fad? It's absolutely brilliant that celebrities, key people, experts and others are saying it's okay to not be okay and to using this label of mental health. It's no different to the fads of physical health. We've had cycling, running, speed walking, Nordic walking, they're all fads, but it's all about fitness. And I think it's the good thing about people talking about mental health is that we are actually talking about it. We're finding out what it means in all of its guises. For some, it's just feeling a bit down. For some, it's feeling really depressed and in extremes, suicidal. But we're learning to understand what it means. And in time, we will use different words and different phrases. But for now, we just need to keep talking and exploring for each other what it actually means. And I'm sure that in time, we will understand that feeling fed up one day, feeling a bit blue one day is okay. What's not okay is when that feeling goes over 2, 3, 4 days, even a week. So yes, it's a fad for now, but I think it will, when we come out of this, we will understand mental health, we will understand its various guises, and we'll all be better for it. I hope that's helped you.
Hello, my name is Diane and I'm the pastoral team leader here at St Mary's. This is an interesting question, and I think the problem could be the person has developed an identity of not being okay. Although they want to be well, the transition from the familiar place of not being okay to being okay is too difficult for them to negotiate, and they are fearful of losing the attention that they have from not being okay. Our self-identity is developed when we are young children. If we are loved unconditionally, we are free to explore and develop a healthy self-esteem. If we are loved in a conditional way, we discover what our conditions of worth are, and there may be many rules that we have to comply with to receive attention. It may be also that we become labelled, perhaps the naughty one, the noisy one, the clumsy one, and it isn't long before we live up to that label. Human beings need attention to thrive, and sometimes any attention is better than none. If positive attention isn't available, sometimes we will settle for negative attention. because it means we are receiving attention, and that is our goal. You may have seen children who are deliberately doing something they've been told not to, just because they want to gain some attention from a busy parent. Ideally, we need to establish our identity from within ourselves and feed our self-esteem from within, but unfortunately, we may rely on outside sources, and society can encourage us to do this. How often do we ask someone we have just met, "What do you do?" Or even, "What did you do?" if they are retired? Now, it could be that we are really interested and we want to know how they've spent their life, but it is also sometimes a way of identifying and labelling someone. In fact, we may even introduce ourselves by telling people what we do because we have assumed that label. We become identified by our job. But we are multifaceted beings, and we are much more than just our job. Just as someone with poor mental health is so much more than just that. As Christians, we have our identity as children of God, and we find our security in His unconditional love for us. We are encouraged to reach our own individual potential. Jesus said in John 10:10, "I have come that they may have life and have it to the full." Now, it might mean that we need to readjust our aspirations to be realistic and to make achievable goals to reach our full potential. So perhaps we need to be reconnected with this promise through prayer. And I would recommend asking for prayer so that our self-confidence can be increased. And as for helping the person struggling with poor mental health, I would suggest encouraging them to think about how life would be if their mental health improved. Help them to make it tangible and real. And then, when they have set a goal, help them set small, achievable steps towards that goal, towards the changed state, and encourage them with every single small movement towards it. Try to find the positive all the time. Now, I realise this can be exhausting and very demanding, so make sure you look after yourself. And I would suggest too that you help the person with the poor mental health to receive positive attention that isn't connected to the mental health issue. And once more, I would encourage this person to seek professional help by calling their GP or contacting a counselling agency where they can be supported through this journey. And I wish them all the very best. Thank you.